Yesterday, former President Trump held a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, 3 months after he was injured in the assassination attempt that killed retired firefighter Corey Comparator and injured 2 other attendees. Mr. Trump paid tribute to the victims and thanked first responders and Secret Service agents who protected him on July 13th. Mr. Trump, his son Eric, and running mate J.D. Vance all implied that their political opponents were responsible for the attempt on Mr. Trump's life.
Over the past 8 years, those who want to stop us from achieving this future have slandered me, impeached me, indicted me, tried to throw me off the ballot, and who knows, maybe even tried to kill me.
Oh. And then, guys, they tried to kill him. Oh. They tried to kill him. And it's because the Democratic Party, they can't do anything right. They can't do anything right.
To Kamala Harris, how dare you talk about threats to democracy? Donald Trump took a bullet for democracy. What the hell have you done?
We turn now to the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Ohio Republican Mike Turner.
Well, I think it certainly characterizes the reality that Donald Trump has had 2 attempts on his life. And I do think that there is work that needs to be done both by the administration and by Vice President Harris. The administration has come out and publicly stated, Matt Olson from the Department of Justice on CBS News acknowledged that there is an active, ongoing threat from Iran to kill, actively plotting to kill Donald Trump.
What?
You've had no statements from the administration towards Iran as to what that would be, which would be an act of war. And you don't have any statement from Vice President Harris condemning this or even recognizing that there's an active plot from a foreign nation to kill her opponent. I think there's certainly a role for her to play and for the president to play in this, in both identifying that there are threats against Donald Trump that need to be acknowledged and responded to deter. I think all the candidates need to de-escalate, certainly in their language.
You don't mean to imply here anything that would suggest Eric Trump's allegations that Democrats are trying to kill him?
But I do think that Vice President Harris needs to actively state and acknowledge that her administration is saying a foreign power, which would be an act of war, is actively trying to kill her opponent. This administration has made stronger statements about Iran's hacking activities than they have about the active plot to kill Donald Trump, which the administration acknowledges ongoing.
The language specific to who is carrying this out, I think you would agree is important.
Right. I absolutely agree that there needs to be a toning down of rhetoric on both sides, but there has to be an acknowledgement, which has not happened, from Vice President Harris that there's active plots from a foreign nation to kill her opponent.
What?
Do you want the FBI to release the results of its investigations prior to November 5th, as Senator Rubio on Senate Intelligence has called for?
It's investigations into the assassination attempts.
The 2 assassination attempts at this point, which are not substantiated to have any ties to the state of Iran or to political actors.
Blowjob!
Well, actually, and it really can't be said that saying that there have been no substantiated ties doesn't mean that the investigation has concluded that there are no ties. And I want those investigations to come to a conclusion and determine whether or not either of these plots have any nexus or connection to the active plot the administration is saying that Iran is plotting and attempting to kill Donald Trump, which, again, this administration needs to make clear to Iran that would be an act of war and needs to have a very strong response from the administration.
But before the investigation's concluded, because it may not wind up before November the 5th, would you like the FBI to make public some of its findings that the political opposition is responsible?
I don't think they'd be able to do that.
You don't think they would be able to?
I think they need to conclude and they need to get to truth. I don't think they would be able to get to a point to release information that would conclusively indicate that either of those individuals acted completely alone.
I want to ask you about something that's happening in your district, because you have a vested interest in what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. This is the town that's gotten so much attention in the past few weeks because of the Haitian migrant population there. How to deal with the strain of the population growth. Have you gotten the federal help you've asked for Springfield, Ohio?
No. For what is a federally created problem, the Biden administration, through expanding the parole program, I believe illegally, brought 500,000 people here from Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, and others. And 15 to 20,000 people settled in Springfield, Ohio. But then the administration did something even more shocking last week. They indicated that they were not going to extend the temporary protected status that these individuals have, which could result in their going into an illegal status.
What?
And Springfield would have, these individuals would not have any direct federal support, and the community would get no additional assistance as to how to handle this almost 10% of the population of the city that now would fall into an illegal status as a result of the administration terminating their protected status.
Which may happen in the coming year. So this could be an issue for the next president, whoever that president is.
Over the past 8 years, those who want to stop us from achieving this future have slandered me, impeached me, indicted me, tried to throw me off the ballot, and who knows, maybe even tried to kill me.
Kamala Harris, how dare you talk about threats to democracy? Donald Trump took a bullet for democracy. What the hell have you done?
Are you implying here some kind of conspiracy?
Oh.